Hello and welcome to our online presentation for Foundation 2021 at St Therese. My name is Michelle Hines. I'm the Deputy Principal and Religious Education Leader here at St Therese. Historically, we would meet together in the hall for this presentation, but given our current circumstances and ongoing restrictions, the staff have instead developed this presentation to provide a warm welcome to you and your children to our school community. This presentation attempts to provide you with important information to allow for a smooth transition for your child to our school, building your knowledge of our school's operation, expectations and mission. We are guided and mandated to deliver the Victorian curriculum and the religious education curriculum called To Live in Christ Jesus, guaranteeing all students receive their entitlement. This is delivered through differentiating the curriculums at the point of need, allowing for student success. Our endeavour is to deliver how we educate students in the image of Jesus Christ through a holistic approach, allowing for the development of your children as lifelong learners. With this in mind, we encourage and welcome the many different faiths we have in our multicultural school and celebrate the opportunity to recognise and acknowledge the many cultural differences we witness through tolerance and respect. Our school-wide expectations include the premise of respect, responsibility, courtesy and cooperation, which are explicitly taught to our students, promoting an equitable and collaborative community. As parents, we want the best for our children, and the process of transition can sometimes be challenging. However, please be assured, we have many processes in place to ensure this journey is a smooth one for both parents and students alike. You will hear from our school principal, executive leaders of our school, and our foundation teachers in this presentation, who will share what our great school has to offer. Our doors are always open to families to discuss any matters pertinent to their child's education and well-being. We are here to work in partnership with you. May God bless you all, and I look forward to meeting you and your children in the near future. Thank you. This is a short prayer we invite parents of Foundation students to share with us during this really important phase of a family's life. Dear Lord Jesus, I thank you that I can always turn to you. And Father, today is quite difficult as I'm about to leave my little child at school for the first time, and I think that my reservations far exceed those of my child. So I pray that you will be with them throughout the day as their caring shepherd, and Lord, be with me so that I may rest in you too. I pray that they will not feel frightened when they are not sure what to do or where to go. I pray that they will find friends in their class and that you will keep them from worrying. I pray that you give the teacher a gracious attitude towards each child, the wisdom and compassion to notice anyone that may be fearful or afraid. Lord, more than anything, I pray that you would be with each child throughout the day and that this experience may be a stepping stone in the journey of life, which will be overshadowed by you every step on the way. Give me courage to let go of my child and to trust them into your perfect care. And may this be an opportunity for us both to draw ever closer to you with every passing day. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Our school mission is encapsulated in the following few paragraphs. St Therese's Primary School is a Catholic primary school for the children of St Agatha's Parish in Cranbourne. Our staff is committed to the evangelising mission of the parish and to the spiritual tradition of St Therese of Lisieux. Inspired by Therese's belief that even the smallest act of love is large in the eyes of Jesus, and her commitment to do the simple things extraordinarily well our school is committed to valuing young people and their development as persons with a lifelong love of learning. The school undertakes to nurture in the students their cognitive, affective and spiritual development, to enable them to find God in all things, to enable them to live out their vocation in life according to God's plan and the variety of their gifts, and to encourage them to serve others with an understanding of Teresa's words, which are, "It is love alone that matters."
Hi, my name is Michelle Brutzman and I'm the principal of St. Teresa's Catholic Primary School. Beginning Big School is an exciting time in the life of a child and their family, and I thank you for choosing St. Teresa's to partner with you as your child takes their first steps on their educational journey. Throughout this year, your child may or may not have been able to attend preschool, and I would like to take this opportunity to reassure you that the teachers and I are well aware of the challenges that have faced families this year and have planned to implement extra support for our 2021 foundation groups. In the first few weeks of school, we will ease your child into the routines and teach them what it is to be at school. I think one of the most important things you can do as parents is try to relax and trust that we will work alongside you as your child transitions to primary school. For some of you, this may be your first child who is anxiously awaiting their first day of school. And for others, it may be your second, third, or even fourth child. I don't think it matters or gets any easier because each child is different and each child's experiences will be different. Your teachers are here to help you, guide you, and reassure you. And I know that they do this beautifully. Please never think any question is not worth asking. If you are not sure what is going on or would like to know something, please do not hesitate to ask your child's teacher or to contact us at the office. One of the most important factors that contributes to the educational success of your children is attendance. Each and every day counts. Unless your child is sick and needs to stay at home, it is vital that they come to school every day. If your child for some reason does need to stay at home, we ask that you inform the school as soon as possible on the day of the absence. It is our legal obligation to ensure that we know the reason for any absence, and one of the very important jobs the office staff do is to follow up any unexplained absences. To communicate your child's absence, please use the absentee line by phoning the school and leaving a message, or using the absentee form located on the school's website. Or you can email your child's teacher. It is vital that we have this information for each day. Sometimes running late, either in the morning or in the afternoon, can happen. If you do need to be late after 9 a.m. or you are unable to get to school on time to collect your child before 3:45, we kindly ask that you contact the school to sign your child in or out. I'm really looking forward to meeting you all and to journeying with you and your child as they progress through their primary school years. From personal experience, I can tell you that these years are a gift and they go so very fast. I know that you will love being a part of the St. Teresa's community, and I hope to see you taking part in the social activities throughout the year, or perhaps even joining the School Advisory Committee or the Parents and Friends Association. I hope you enjoy this information video, and remember, if you have any questions, please join us for the Q&A session that will be live and it can be located on the calendar. Thank you.
As Ariel, I'd like to share with you our Catholic commitment here at St. Therese. We have whole school masses which are held at the beginning and at the end of the school year, and we usually have them at the St Agatha's Church. Throughout the year, however, we continue to have whole school masses and year level masses here in our school hall or in our chapel, as well as other various liturgies. Every Thursday we have what we call the Prayer of the Year, whereby students will read the Gospel of the Week over our public address system, and we invite parents to stay with us in their child's classroom to pray this Prayer of the Year with us. We also celebrate reconciliation for our students in our chapel. Our sacramental program consists of reconciliation, First Eucharist, and confirmation. And the sacramental programs are parish-based, school-supported, and family-centred. So you will receive applicable information about those programs when your children become candidates eligible to receive those sacraments. Usually, First Reconciliation is in grade 3, First Eucharist in grade 4, and confirmation in year 6. As a subject, religious education is derived from our Sale Diocese curriculum called To Live in Christ Jesus, and we try our best to incorporate religion not only as a single subject, but throughout the entire curriculum that the children receive and are entitled to. Here is the daily timetable for St Therese. Please note the time the gates are open of a morning and when children are asked to enter their classrooms on the first bell, as well as dismissal time. Everything in between is when the children take breaks and eat their food, as well as all of the learning blocks for the day.
Hello, my name is Megan Blackney and I'm the leader of Learning and Teaching here at St Therese's. We are very excited to have your children enrolled here to begin in 2021. All of the teachers at St Therese's are passionate about the learning of every student. Our task is to plan for quality, differentiated and targeted teaching and learning opportunities to meet the individual learning needs of all of our students. At St Therese's Primary School, we believe that all students will learn given enough time and support. We believe that when students experience success, their self-confidence rises and they learn more effectively. We believe that students tend to learn well when they feel safe, yet challenged. We know that students learn in different ways and at different rates, and we firmly believe that oral language forms the basis of literacy skills. Students need learning experiences that involve conversing, questioning, and thinking out loud. Every day at school, your child will be involved in developing their English and math skills. In English, we look at reading, writing, speaking and listening, and in maths, number and algebra, measurement and geometry, and statistics and probability. The other learning areas of the Victorian curriculum are also important, and they involve history, science, digital technologies, geography, civics and citizenship, dance, music, PE, and the capabilities are also an important part of your child's learning. We have some great specialist area subjects in the school. Your children will be involved once a week in phys ed classes, learning a language other than English, which at St Therese's is Japanese, sustainability, and the visual arts. There are some things that you can help out with before your child gets to school next year. As I said, oral language is very important. So you could be talking to your child often, providing them with experiences to talk about, say, going shopping, going to the pool or beach, or going to the park. You could be singing or saying nursery rhymes and action rhymes together. Encourage your children to talk to other children. Play inside and outside games with your child and encourage them to talk and listen. You can help out with your child's early reading by reading to them as often as you can. Ask them to look at the pictures and make up the story to go with the pictures. Let your child hold the book and turn the pages. Encourage your child to read along with you if it's a familiar book. And also join the local library. It's free and your children can borrow a wide range of books to read and talk about. Things that you could do to help with their writing before they get to school. Point out different forms of print in the environment, such as stop signs or give way signs, exit signs, advertisements. Encourage your child to write his or her name and recognise the letters in their name in books and signs. And show your child how you use writing. For example, shopping lists, Christmas cards, notes, messages, etc. These are some of the ways that you can help out with developing your child's mathematics skills. Count and know the numbers from 1 to 10. Count objects, for example, fruit, items around the house, plants in the garden or the park, flowers. Group objects according to maybe their colour or their size. Take your child shopping with you. Get a bag and ask your child to put in 5 apples. Take an apple out. How many are left? Recognise numbers in the environment, for example, car number plates, street numbers, distances, etc. Once again, we are so excited about having your child come to St. Teresa's next year, and we can't wait to start learning and teaching with them. Thank you.
My name is Rosie Osmola and I'm the Learning Adjustment Leader at St. Therese. At St. Therese, we are very passionate to support your child's learning development and social wellbeing. If your child has made little or no progress in semester 2, then as part of the referral process at St. Therese, a meeting will be held between you and the classroom teacher. The classroom teacher will discuss data, assessments and observations of your child. The classroom teacher will also discuss the learning adjustments of your child in the classroom. We can go ahead and do a screening assessment, and with the screening assessment, it will give us further information whether we need to have further assessments. If this is the case, the further assessments will be done by a psychologist and or a speech therapist. They will present the reports at a program support group meeting, and this is a very important meeting where we discuss how your child learns and a list of recommendations how we can support your child at school and also at home. In the personalised learning plan, there are short-term goals that will support your child's learning in literacy and numeracy, and in some cases, social emotional wellbeing. We have a program support group meeting which is held each term. At a program support group meeting, the parent or the guardian and the classroom teacher will discuss how your child is going at school. We look at the short-term goals in the personalised learning plan and how we can further support your child at home. There is a referral process with the counsellor. We have a counsellor on site and we can support your child with emotional wellbeing, with behavioural and low cognitive ability. If your child presents challenging behaviours, we have an intensive behaviour support plan where we can discuss how we can support your child at school and at home. As I said before, we are very passionate at St. Therese in supporting your child's learning development in every way we can. Thank you.
Hello to all our 2021 Foundation families. My name is Sharon Evans and I'm very excited to let you know that I'll be one of the Foundation teachers next year. I look forward to really meeting you all in person. Today I just wanted to speak to you briefly about things that you can do to prepare your child for coming to school. Coming to school for the first time can be daunting, especially for children and for families as well. So some really important things that you could be doing with your child at home is to begin reading books with them if you're not already doing so. Now, instead of just reading books to your child, encourage your child to read the book with you by looking at the pictures and finding some initial sounds. So they, at the start, may just make up stories of their own, sentences of their own to match the picture. And you could read the story to them or point to certain words and say, what's the first sound that you could hear in that word? Another good thing to do is to work with your child to recognise their own name. If they can spell it and write it, that is an added bonus. But it is really important that they could at least recognise it on sight, because they will be working very independently to get their own work equipment, such as their workbooks, which they need to recognise by their name. Also, as the Foundation is a time that is promotes that independence for your children, really begin to encourage them to do things independently leading up to coming to school. So this could be things like tying their shoelaces. Often this is a challenging thing for young children to do, and it is really important that they learn these skills, as well as being able to manage their clothing for when they're toileting and being able to promote independence while they're eating. So preparing foods and snacks that they can independently manage and open on their own. This would include being able to provide lunch boxes that they can open, snacks that they could open. So it's really good to include, lots of healthy foods that you could put into little compartments in a lunchbox, rather than having lots of packaged foods, which can be challenging for the students to be able to manage. Also, talk to your child about what is happening at school. There are lots of different things that they will get to experience, and have a chat to them about some of those things, such as meeting new friends, looking at lots of different children that will be there. So there will be big children there as well as little children there. There will be lots of space where they could run around and play, and lots of learning that will happen in the classrooms. And also the fact that they're going to have more than one teacher, and that is in the context of when they go to specialist teachers, they will have different teachers as well. So they'll need to get used to having different people giving them instructions throughout the week. Also practicing alphabet sounds. So some children know how to say or sing the alphabet, and that is really great. But I want you to also have a think about the initial sounds, the obvious sounds that the letters of the alphabet make with your child, and also counting to 10. So being able to not just count the sequence of numbers, but to be able to recognise or start to recognise what those numbers of 1 to 10 actually look like. For lunch boxes, I just want to talk briefly about healthy eating. So we really want the children to have lots of snacks that they can manage on their own, as I mentioned before. So things like fruit and sandwiches, yogurts, crackers, cheese, things like that. Also, we would like you to provide some extra fruit for them to eat. As we have longer learning periods during the morning and middle block of 1.5 hours and 2 hours, this can be a long time for children to go without food when they're first beginning school. So we provide them with a morning fruit snack, and sometimes an afternoon snack as well, depending on how they're managing throughout the day. And as the year evolves, this will change into just one fruit snack throughout the day. But it's always good to have more food than not enough food. And please don't be stressed if your child comes home with food in their lunchbox. Often it's just getting into the balance of what they can manage throughout the day. Encourage everyone to have drink bottles. Please make sure that these are a zipper top, not a screw top that they have to take off and which has the ability to actually create spills. And also for their drink bottles, please only give them water. They don't need to have cordials and juices. Water is what we encourage. And those juice packs, if you would like to give them to your child, could be something that they could have just with their lunch or with their snack. We want them to be able to drink water and have their they're liquids throughout the day that aren't sugar-based. So water is the best thing, and that's what we'll be encouraging them to drink at school. Also, due to the health and safety regulations, we do not provide any form of heating equipment for food. So this includes things like kettle to put hot water in noodles or microwave to heat up foods. We're just not able to do that. So if you're going to have something that your child would like to still have warm, maybe it would be good to invest in a little thermos that they could have the food in that will keep it warmer when it's eating time. Now, friendships are a very new thing for foundation children. They get to meet and work with and play with many different children. So we're going to have roughly 47 children in foundation next year. So that's lots of friendships that they're going to get to make. Now, we are aware that some children are a little bit hesitant. This playground can be quite scary for them. They might be a little bit nervous about approaching other children. And I just want you to know that the staff at St. Teresa's, and particularly the foundation teachers, will be working very closely with the children until they're very confident to work out on their own in the playground or to manage their friendships before they go out. So we will pair them up with other little play buddies and encourage them to have an action plan of what they're going to play before they go out. So this can take away some of that nervousness of when they go outside on their own. Now, at the start of next year, also, the foundation students won't start the year as the normal rest of the year levels do, and that's because it's new for them and we have Wednesdays off during March. Now, this means that you will have a notification to book your child in for an assessment time on one of the Wednesdays throughout March, and that is the only Wednesday and time slot that you will attend. So during this time, your child will have one-on-one assessment times with their teacher, and during this time, we will look at their reading. So do they know how to read? Do they have an understanding about concepts about print? So that includes how to hold a book, where the words start on a page, what a picture and words could look like, what sentences start with, lots of different aspects of looking at a book and being a reader. We also look at how many letters of the alphabet they know and how many sounds do they know of the alphabet as well. And we also do a record of oral language assessment, so they have to feed back some sentences that we provide for them. So we're looking for cues as to whether they're missing sounds or how well their listening skills are, and amongst some other things. And we'll also be doing a numeracy test. So we'll be looking at some basic number facts and place value and counting to just find out what your children know so that we can best provide the best individualised differentiated program that we can. And we aim to make sure that we find out exactly where your child's learning needs are so that we can address them right from that point forwards. So once again, I welcome all of you families to St. Teresa's. I look forward with working with you next year, and I look forward to meeting your children as well. So God bless to you all.
At St. Therese, child safety is our number one priority. Every school in the state is mandated to implement minimum standards to protect children. The child safety standards are listed below. There are 7 of them. They range from maintaining an organisational culture, communicating the child safety policy to all stakeholders within our school, including our students, establishing clear expectations of a code of conduct for those that come on site. We implement screening processes for those who are engaging in any volunteer work or work on site, which includes Victorian Institute of Teaching registration, reference checks and working with children's checks. We respond to and report any suspected child abuse. We attempt to identify, reduce and remove risks of child abuse at our school. And we work towards empowering children to identify any inappropriate behaviour and to give them the courage to report it. As mentioned in the previous slide, child safety is a priority for us at St. Therese. Given that, we look at closely screening our volunteers to ensure the safety and well-being of all students. Therefore, if you would like to volunteer helping at the school or on an incursion or excursion, we ask for the following requirements. That is, a current Working with Children check, for you to read and sign the Child Safety Standard, including the Code of Conduct. When volunteering, you sign in and out of the office and wear the volunteer lanyard. Never find yourself working in isolation with students. Always have the line of sight of the teacher or a group of students with which to work. Never speak aggressively to or discipline students. Maintaining confidentiality is crucial. We ask this at all times. Please never take photos or videos without permission, and never post these videos or comment on social media relating to any interaction as a volunteer at our school. At St. Therese, maintaining good communication between home and school is vital to maintaining good partnership. So we invite you to read through the following dot points so that we may maintain great communication and partnership between family, home and school. Please make sure your email, your home address and phone numbers are all current, and if any changes occur, please inform the school office as soon as possible. This is particularly important if we need to call you in times of an emergency. Our school newsletters are sent via email and can also be accessed on our school website. Fortnightly assemblies are held on Mondays at 2:30. At this point in time, we'll continue to do them virtually as we cannot assemble in the hall again as we have previously done so. Once restrictions are further eased, we will call parents and inform them and carers as to when we can then meet in the hall, and you're more than welcome to join us. Permission forms and other information are provided via an app called Uparu. So we really encourage you to set up an account for Uparu at the beginning of term 1 in 2021 so that you don't miss out on any important communication. Once a term, the foundation teachers will produce a term outline of the students' learning that will also be liaised between home and school. The foundation children also have blue communication pouches which will include reading books, sight words and any messages that are sent home daily by the foundation teachers. If you have any questions or concerns about communication, please contact the school, and you will also have an opportunity for a Q&A session later on in the term. At St. Therese, we're lucky enough to operate a canteen on site. The canteen is opened on a Monday and a Wednesday, and lunch orders can be done online using the Flexi Schools app. Please put orders in prior to 9 a.m. on these mornings. No actual money is handled by the school regarding the order of lunches, so that's why we recommend that you download the Flexi Schools app in order to make any food orders for your children. On Mondays and Wednesdays, the students can go to the canteen counter for snacks at recess and lunchtime. A wide variety of food is available, and you'll be able to check out our menu by viewing it on the Flexi Schools app, which is linked to our school's website. Subway lunch programs are also offered once a month on a Friday, and like our lunch orders, Subway can be ordered using the Flexi Schools app as well. Breakfast club at our school is also offered on Wednesday mornings at 8:30. The school hosts a free breakfast club for the students who are welcome to go to the canteen for toast, fruit or even a ham and cheese toastie. We trust you will take up these offers available to families throughout the school year.
In 2021, The foundation students will begin on Thursday, the 28th of January, and they will come back to school on Friday, the 29th of January, from 8:55 until 3:30 p.m. Then in the following 4 weeks, they will come on Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, and they will have Wednesdays in February at home with you, and you will be allocated a date and time by the foundation teachers for you to bring them to school to do some testing with them. So you will be given one time on one of those days during February. This is done for 2 reasons. One is so that the teachers can find out where the children are at in their learning, and the other reason is when children are starting school, they are often very, very tired, and these Wednesdays are a great way for them to catch up and rest at home with you. Thank you. We are so excited to meet with you and your children in the new academic year. We trust your children have found the transition sessions worthwhile and that you have had the opportunity to review the foundation pack for 2021. We pray that you will have a blessed and safe Christmas and a happy new year. We look forward to seeing you in 2021. God bless you all.